Welcome to Credit Hustle Finance, where we help entrepreneurs, real estate investors, course creators, and startups build credit-friendly profiles so that you can get the large amount of money possible to finance your dream business. My name is Richard Dang. Welcome to the channel. If you have not had an opportunity to subscribe yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also hit the like button and the notification button so that you will be informed each time we upload a new video. Now, in today's video, boy, do I have a treat for you. If you want to boost your credit score by 50 to 100 points in little as 30 days, sometimes you can get this done within a couple weeks. You are in for a treat. So come on, let's dive in. Let's go. Okay, guys, so another way, which is one of my favorite, and this method here is probably the quickest way to get as many points as you possibly can in a fairly quick amount of time, sometime in less than 30 days, a couple weeks, or what have you. All right, so this portion here, let's dive in. Let me show you. Let's go in. Hang on one second. Okay, so now this method works if you have credit cards with high balances. If you do have credit cards, I am telling you, you can see as many as 100 and some odd points put on your score, boosting your score in less than 30 days. Many people don't realize. Matter of fact, let me tell you the psychology behind this. So remember, when we talked about how the FICO score is calculated, if you look, the second most heaviest factor when it comes to your credit report is the amount owed or outstanding debt. And this is talking about nothing but credit cards. All of this whole 30% has to do with your credit card or revolving accounts. So if you look at an outstanding debt, 30%, that's 165 points. So 165 points that's on your score is calculated by credit cards. And that's why if you do not have credit cards, you need to add at least 3 to 5 of the trade lines that I'll be going over if you haven't made it to that section. But that's the reasoning behind it. Now let me show you a couple of ways in which you can achieve maximum results. The first way you can do it is, if you have the money, just pay them off. Just go ahead and pay them off. If you can afford to do that, then just pay the balances off and you'll see a dramatic increase in your credit score. Another way to do this is to get a loan. So many financial and personal loan financing institutions, they don't mind lending when people are trying to pay off credit card debt or whatever, debt consolidation loans. I mean, that's like you're making some steps toward the right direction. So many of the personal lending people have no problem, lending to pay off credit cards. Number 2, get a loan. Some people may say, well, I'm just going back in debt. Well, you're already in debt. Okay. So basically what you're doing is you're just taking that debt and putting it in an installment loan where it does not count against your credit utilization, because it's just a monthly payment, So for example, let's say if you have 5 cards and your total balance is equal $5,000 and you go get a $5,000 loan. Well, what's going to happen is that those credit card lines are going to go to zero. And yes, you'll have the $5,000 debt, but it'll be installment loan. In an installment loan, as I mentioned, it does not count for the 30% credit card utilization when it comes to calculating your score. So you'll just have a monthly payment. I don't know, it may be a 3-year or 2-year or 4-year, whatever is convenient for you, but that will dramatically increase your credit score. Okay. And then, particularly if you're looking to purchase a home or you have a major purchase coming up, it just makes sense to put your score in the best position possible, because that means lower interest rate, lower down payments, lower barrier to entry. Okay, so now let's look at number 3, get a credit line increase. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. If you get a credit line increase, then that's going to make your balance, that's going to make your utilization a whole lot less. For example, in the earlier example where we were talking about, let me go back to it. Okay, so you see where in this instance, let's say this was the same scenario and the balance is 500, but let's say if we get a credit line increase and we get an increase to 2,000, then that would make that 500, that would drop the utilization to 25%, right? Because even though 500 is 50% of 1,000, 500 is only 25% of 2,000, right? Okay, so let's go back to the other screen. So number 3, getting a credit line increase will definitely help in a situation where you don't have the money to pay them off, and for some reason you can't get a loan from friends, family, a lending institution or somewhere to, pay that debt off. Then, if you get credit line increases, that will help as well. Okay. And number 4, balance transfer. So a lot of cards will give you like introductory type rates and things of that nature. And in some cases, let's say if they approve you, let's use the same example we just were using. So let's say, okay, I wasn't able to get a credit line increase on the other card that we were just looking at. Okay, let's just say if I'm unable to get let's say we were unable to get this credit line increase to 2,000, but we got an offer in the mail from, let's say this card is with Chase. We got a offer in the mail from Capital One, and they're saying, hey, you know what, we'll give you a $3,000 card with any balance, and you need to transfer your balances. Well, you transfer that 500 over to the $3,000 dollar credit limit card, the new card, then that's gonna help on your utilization as well, because that'll make this card go to 0, and then 500 in comparison to the 3,000 would be even a whole lot less than 50%. I'm not going to calculate that right now. So that is that's the way in which you can do this. And I'm telling you, just take my advice. You want to look at your payment date. You want to know, your statement dates on your credit cards. And once you make this move, you're going to see that your score is going to, like I'm talking about, we see an average of around 60 points when people are in this situation, but a lot of times it's over 100-point increase. It just depends on your unique situation. So hope this helps. God bless.